Think digestion starts in the stomach? Think again. It actually begins the second your eyes lock onto food, instantly triggering your brain to prep the body for fuel. Your brain fires signals to your salivary glands, flooding your mouth with enzymes to break down what's coming. The process is officially underway. Teeth crush, tongue kneads. Food is mechanically torn apart and perfectly coated in saliva, transforming into a cohesive bolus ready for transport. The tongue pushes the bolus back. The epiglottis snaps shut. The upper sphincter relaxes, and we slip inside the esophagus. Here, a relentless wave of muscle contractions takes over to forcefully propel the food downward. Riding the wave of peristalsis, we approach the gateway to the stomach. The lower esophageal sphincter opens, and the journey continues.
This is the final report of your digestive system. Stool. It is the end product of a complex journey. To understand its formation, we trace the process in reverse, from the exit back to the start. We begin at the lower esophageal sphincter, the gatekeeper between the conduit and the reactor. As the bolus enters, the stomach transitions from a passive vessel to a high-acidity chemical reactor. The gastric mucosa triggers a precise cascade of hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes. Muscle layers oscillate, physically breaking the bolus into a semi-fluid state called chyme. The pyloric sphincter regulates passage, ensuring only liquefied chyme enters the duodenum. The environment shifts here to neutralize acidity, preparing for essential nutrient extraction. The pancreas delivers enzymes to finalize the breakdown of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. Bile is ejected from the gallbladder, emulsifying dietary fats for intestinal absorption. Specialized villi maximize surface area to pull nutrients directly into the bloodstream. This is the primary site where the system extracts the energy required for cellular function. Peristalsis acts as a conveyor, pushing the mixture forward with relentless, rhythmic precision. By the time the mixture reaches the ileum, the structural breakdown is near completion. The ileocecal valve prevents backflow, a critical gate for large intestinal function. The colon receives the liquid remnants, beginning the final stage of the digestive life cycle. The colon acts as a reclamation site, pulling water from the waste mass back into circulation. Flora break down remaining fiber, producing essential byproducts and gases. As water is reclaimed, the semi-fluid chyme transforms into a solid, structured mass. Postral contractions mix the mass, maximizing the contact time with the colon wall. The mass is pushed upward, a slow process of dehydration and consolidation. Transverse movement prepares the material for its descent toward the rectum. The mass gains its characteristic density as the body extracts the final fluids. The sigmoid colon stores the final product until sensory feedback triggers the urge for evacuation. As the rectum fills, stretch receptors signal that the evacuation phase is imminent. Control is maintained by complex sphincter muscles guarding the final exit. The internal sphincter relaxes, a purely involuntary response to pressure within the rectum. The external sphincter is under voluntary control, allowing you to choose the timing. The anal canal provides the final lubrication and sensory input for the process. The evacuation is the summary of every physiological step we have just traced.